Okay, I started recording.
Wait, hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel.
Thanks. All right. So 8.4. First off, we're gonna have something where you're gonna do the GCF, greatest common factor. So what we're gonna factor out. So let's say in number 13 on 8.4, this is on 8.4. Number 13 is 4m minus 2. So I always look at the numbers first, and then I look at the variables later. So looking at the numbers, I'm looking at numbers that multiply to both of them. In this case, they both multiply to 2. Like 2 times 2 equals 4. Shoot, can you turn on the light? And then,
Yeah, exactly. Everyone does.
so it's going to turn on the light. What's wrong?
Come on, turn it on now.
Turn one or the other light on. I'll let you choose.
Tell him how we have to like.
Then I'm going to divide 2 on 2. So 2m minus 1. Cut out with the lights. Cut out with the lights. Okay. So we're just taking out what's in common. So it is 2m minus 1. Number 14, guys, stop talking. So number 14 on 8.4 is 5x minus 10. Again, you're looking at the numbers. So what multiplies to both 5 and 10? In this case, 5 can.
Which number is this?
And then number 14 on 8.4. Hey. No problem. So it's going to be what's left over because I'm going to divide both of them by 5. So this is going to be 5 divided by 5. It's just 1x.
So what are you dividing? Why are you doing like 5 by 5? I mean, like for the last one, why do you do 2 by 2?
So what you take out in common is what you're dividing both of them by. Okay?
Oh, so, okay, got it.
All right.
The greatest common?
Yeah, the greatest common thing.
What are we doing?
So like number 15, this is 8.4, so the first page.
Wait, what?
We're doing
5x minus 2?
6y plus 15. So in this scenario, I'm taking what's out in common, which is, in this case, 3. So 3 is the biggest thing that could go to 6 and to 15. So what we're going to do is then factor. So we're going to divide both of them by 3.
Is it also homework?
So no, not forced homework, no. But you could just take it home and work on it. Yeah, it's review. For your test, Thursday. So, 15.
And like 2y
Yeah.
plus 3.
Plus 5, because 15 divided by 3 is 5. Okay? I'm going to skip over to 23 because I got to show you this.
We're not doing 20.
So in 23 is 9m cubed plus m squared. 9m cubed plus m squared. So first we're going to look at the numbers. In the numbers, neither of them are in common. This is 9 and 1, so nothing in common. But we have to now look at the variables. When you look at variables, you look at what's in common between them. So what that means, there's 3 m's over here, and there's 2 m's over here. So what it's going to be is that they both have 2 m's in common. That's what m to the third means, m times m times m. So m squared is what's in common. So because m squared is what's in common, I'm going to divide both of these
We have time to ask you
by
questions
m
after the
squared.
video.
Absolutely.
By 2?
Okay.
By m squared. So this case is going to be 9m. And this one, because it completely cancels out, m squared plus m squared, it's just going to be over, but it's just going to be 1. So plus 1. You want plus one?
Wait, can we do number 24?
You can do 9
M over 1?
No,
No,
it's
over
so
1 should be
hard.
just a whole
I'm
number.
not- No, please keep moving test next week. No one's ready.
No.
No, I'm
I actually am ready.
No, you're not, True. You literally have a test the same day and you were asking to move it this
I
morning.
do?
Mr. Tobal, I have a test literally begging you.
So,
Yeah, you literally did.
also,
Count.
8.4, on this one, let's say number 4, you have x plus 6, x plus 2 equals 0. Remember, if it equals 0, what you do is to simply, because it equals 0, you're going to split and solve it. So I'm going to write x plus 6 equals 0,
Wait, who's number 24 after?
and x plus 2 equals 0. After that, I'm going to subtract 2 on both sides and subtract 6 on both sides. I end up getting 2 answers, so make sure you circle both answers. X minus 6, x, no, x equals negative 2. Okay? Now I heard 24.
Yeah, but we first we did 12. Since we're already on.
Sure. So 12 is 2n minus 6 times n minus 2 equals 0. Again, when it equals 0 and you have a product of a multiplication, you're going to split. So it's going to be 2n minus 6
Why are we splitting it?
equals 0. Why? Like, how can we split it? Like, why? The reason we're allowed to? Are you asking, like, why we're allowed to? It's because since it multiplies 0, you could have, if one of them is 0, it makes the whole thing 0. Like, 0 times blank is always 0, correct?
What?
Let's start with this. 0 times anything is 0. Would you agree with that? Okay. So, give me something that doesn't make it 0.
Times ginger is ginger.
True. Do you have an actual option or no?
You made me forget now.
Okay, fair enough. But let's assume that anything 0 times blank is always 0.
Okay.
0 times pi is still 0. So, because of that, if I make one of them 0, they all become 0. So I could do them separately. So now I'm going to do 2n minus 6 equals 0. So I'm going to do the plus 6 plus 6. So now I have 2n equals 6 divided by 2 divided by 2. N equals 3. Over here, n minus 2 equals 0, plus 2 plus 2, n equals 2. So your answer is 2 and 3. And what did you ask, 24 earlier?
Yeah.
Okay.
Audible plus audible. No, audible.
On 8.4, 24 is a GCF, so we're going to take out what's in common. So here, we're going to take out what's in common. So I'm going to take out, I look at the first numbers.
The 4.
So it's going to be 2 in common, because 2 times 1 gives you 2, and 2 times 4, 2 times 2 gives you 4. Then you got to look at the W's, or the variables. In this case, they both have at least one W. So we're going to put 2W, okay? So W is on the outside. Now we're going to divide both of them by 2W.
They both at least have one.
Yes, they both have at least one. Just one W. It's square here. This is a 1 over here. Eh?
Oh, yeah.
So then, because you're factoring out, you do divide. When you multiply in, like distribute, you multiply, right? So you're going out, you're dividing. It's just the reverse. So it's going to be...
Oh, wait.
2 squared.
So 2 divided by 2 cancels out. W squared divided by W to the first is subtraction. So it's just W. And then 4 divided by 2 is 2.
Can you post this video on class?
And W, I usually do, yeah.
No, but like usually just on.
She doesn't look at it.
Okay, I'll put it
I
up.
always. Shoot, you don't even look at it. You got
Don't
a
matter.
16. You got 19 on your last time you read the video. You got a 56.
I'm not
I got
really...
80.
You got a 7.
80.
All right, next one.
Tell them what I got on my retake.
You got 80.
Yeah.
That's fine. That's like.
Shut your big mouth.
Okay, can we stop? Because this is on recording. I don't want to be... So it's just going to be weird. Skip that or put it on type 2 speed when you're there, okay? All right. Number...
Quickly.
We're going to... No, stop.
No, shoot, you're gonna get it on.
8.5, okay?
If you have to ask, can I do it?
That's true. So 8.5 is factoring, okay? 8.5 is factoring.
Okay.
So the next page, yeah, next page. So what you're going to do is, let's just take number 4 to start off with.
Wait, do we not know how we do we not need the other stuff?
I only put the things you need on top of the page. So I think I said 4 to 24 or something. So 8.5. Again, we're multiplying, girls. We're multiplying what multiplies to C and that adds to B. If another way you can remember it, it's add to the middle and multiply to the end. So AM, it's in alphabetical order.
I'm not remembering that.
Okay, then just remember however you remember.
Oh, the figure in my brain.
So
Wait, I am
so the only so all I did is just point out what B and C is. Now you always multiply to C. I'm gonna say it for the video, so I'm good.
5 and 1, right?
So you're gonna need things that multiply to 5, but it has to add to 6.
So 5
Lucky
and
for
1.
us, 5 only has one thing that multiplies to 5. 5 and 1. Well, that makes 6.
So you do x.
Oh my god, when you
to
go to the
second
video,
power.
No.
it shows where it's
You just
loudest,
write
it's
x
gonna be
plus
better.
5
Oh yeah, x plus 1.
and x plus 1.
Yeah, fast section do that.
And that's it. You stop right there. It's x plus 5, x plus 1. In this case, it doesn't equal anything, so you stop right there. Okay?
Taking pictures of
No.
your reads. Taking pictures of you.
Don't do that. What are you doing?
That's not your phone, it's a calculator.
So, shoot. Cut it out. I'm trying to focus. Number 7. I'm going to go to number 7, which deals with negatives. So, p squared minus 3p minus 10.
Can I please open this?
In this situation, no. In this situation, we're multiplying. This is the one you were asking for before. You're multiplying to negative 10.
Negative 5 and 2?
So in this situation, you need things as a positive and a negative.
Oh, I know what it is.
So you're kind of subtracting to negative 3.
Basically.
Let's say the answer if you have it. If you don't, that's okay.
I forgot. No,
Okay,
I
that's-
had the answer.
Should
but
I
I
say
forgot.
it?
So the answer is going to be negative 5 and positive 2. When I do the videos or when I do it in a class, of course I know the answer. I could do it pretty quickly, and some of you could do it quickly. It's okay if you're like, I'm not sure what the answer is, so I'm going to write negative 1 and 10 to just cross it out so you can work on it. You don't have to get the right answer right away. So either way, negative 5 plus 2 is negative 3. So since negative 3 is the number I'm trying to add to in the middle, it's going to be p, I should say. P minus 5. P plus 2. I do get this question sometimes. It does not matter if you put the P plus 2 first or the P minus 5 second. It doesn't, that's the same thing, okay?
Wait, I'm so confused. Oh wait, no, I got it.
Okay, let's look at number 10, which is negative in the middle, but positive on the side. So n squared minus 4n
Wait, watch when I do number 10.
plus 3, yeah. Shoot, stop playing
I thought it
around.
was slick like that.
Shoot, stop playing around. man.
You're
You know
not
I'm
even
trying to
him,
work
Shu.
it.
Like, why do you think you are?
Bleeds. I'm just stopping, okay?
Put him this one.
No.
So,
You don't belong
what
to
multiplies to 3? That multiplies to negative 4.
3 plus 1. 3 times 1.
So 3 and 1 adds to positive 4. So we need to make it negative. So remember, two negatives, when you multiply them, make a positive. So you could always flip those signs to make it
know
to,
that needs to subtract them for.
because the middle is negative 4.
So why don't you just do 3? Why don't you just do 1 minus 3?
No. That would multiply to negative 3. That's why. It has to be double negative so that it becomes positive.
Oh.
Remember, it has to multiply to that number. So then it's just n minus
but
3.
If you have a double negative, that doesn't make a positive 3. Oh,
Negative-
yes,
yeah, it does, it does. Okay?
Never mind.
So,
Hey, please pop this now.
no, cut it out.
Yeah.
I'll give you $1. I'll give you $1.
You're
Yeah?
so rebellious.
Where's it?
Shu. I
Give me
wish
a
I
dollar.
was you.
Okay. No, 50 cents.
Oh, you're not negotiating. Never mind. I don't negotiate like that.
99.
Nah.
You could buy Slippery.
I don't want to change. Where is it
You
though?
could buy Slippery. I'll give you a $99 bill. No, I meant a 99.
And the same page, 8.5, it's x squared
That's the thing.
plus 5x plus 4
Wait, what is this?
equals 0. This is, I'm sorry, this is number 16, so the next section.
16.
Within the same page.
Is it,
Next,
oh, this is different.
a little different. So the only difference is it equals 0, right?
Stop taking pictures.
So, because it equals 0,
Raya.
Yeah, Shu, what's with you and the pictures, buddy? Oh no, bro.
so we're still doing the same thing the whole time. We're still multiplying to 4 and adding to 3.
Is it me or her?
So
Never.
it's
Why
going
are
to
you
be
zooming in? It's rude.
x plus 4,
I know he's zooming
x plus 1.
in. Matt Bennett, get out of here.
So multiplies to 4,
Matt Bennett, I don't give a
that
shit.
adds to 5. So in this case, it's 4 and 1. I forgot to show the work.
Okay, wait, can I just like...
Yeah. So this is number 16. Again, you're
still
doing,
the same thing.
you're still doing the same thing. There's just a little extra step at the end.
4 plus 1, yeah, okay.
Okay? It still equals 0. Okay?
Oh, and then I know what you do. do the thing that we did at the beginning.
Split it.
Split and solve.
Good
Good.
at this, guys.
So x plus 4 equals 0. And x plus 1 equals 0. Subtract 1 on both sides. X equals negative 1. Subtract 4 on both sides. X
Then you do
equals
minus
negative 4.
Minus 4, yeah.
Hey, wait, so which one's the hardest one?
X equals
Probably the next page.
negative 4. No.
That's the slide and divide because there's like extra steps in there.
You said slide and divide.
Yeah,
We learned that already.
but she might have been. You were out all week, right?
No,
What did I even have to do with DJ?
Mr. Toba, how was sophomore sleeping?
It was fun. The kids had a good time. They watched a horror movie, which was so funny.
Actually, where? In the auditorium.
In the library, actually.
That's how the couch.
Why are you wearing that coat?
Because I'm cold.
Because you're hidden, that's why.
Actually,
No Friday got to school at 1:15.
Okay, this, I apologize, this page does not have an example, but I want to show you something that could happen on your test. AKA, that will happen on your test.
It will.
Well, basically, if I'm going to show you, there's a reason. So let's say it's x squared plus 6x, I'm making one up. I'm making it up. Plus 3
X
equals
is the second power.
negative 5.
No, please, Mr. Toba, why?
I'm begging you.
So, when we do the split and solve, like in this part right here, it's always equal to 0. What's the issue in this question?
It equals negative 5.
It equals negative 5, so we need to fix it. So you just have to do one step in before, which is plus 5 over here, so it cancels out to 0. But if I'm plussing normal 5, which one should that go with?
3.
What?
So you do
Plus 3, or it goes with the 3.
Yeah.
Okay, you don't do it to all of them, you just do it to the one that matches, in
Then
this
you do
case
X,
3.
the second power plus 6x. And then plus 8.
So 6x
No, but then
plus
you just
8
cancel out, it doesn't equal anything.
equals 0.
But it basically just doesn't equal anything now.
Well, what's good though is now we can solve it, just like we did in 16.
When you're doing the plus 5 plus 5, why do you make the 0 there?
You want it to equal 0.
So now
Because
you're
you can
doing
only do
8.
the split and solve when it's 0.
So
So we're going to factor things that multiply to 8 that add to 6.
Nothing.
Well, like 4 and 2.
Oh.
So it's going to be x plus 4 and x plus 2. That equals 0.
That's crazy.
Equals, and then you still have to do equals 0, and then you just slice it in half again.
Pray for me that I don't get bombed up by Hamas.
You won't
Why
be
would
able.
you?
So it's going to be x plus 4 equals 0.
I know someone here is
Oh my
praying
god,
that I
Mr.
get
Toba,
X plus 2
Basically,
equals
I was
0.
in an Uber in the city, and our Uber driver was Dominican, so I sent mofongo to him, and he was like, oh my god, like, no way. And then he, like, jabbed me up, and he's like, that's crazy. Did he jab me up?
no, but that's where you live.
Oh yeah, and then he
But-
texted me after.
No.
I took his card, he took his card, he's like, if you ever guys need fries
He's
ever
going to
again, like,
Florida soon, and then
no, he's going to the offer.
Oh,
He's going to the
What do you know that?
I'm happy something in this class helpful in real life. To DR?
Yes.
All right, I hope they have some
What a
mofongo.
No, I
mofongo!
was like, oh my god, mofongo.
All right, I'm going to the next page, 8.6. I'm sorry, yeah. So you split and you solve. I'll leave it there for a little bit. But it's just the same. Notice how the process is basically always the same. It's just like one little extra step for combining two separate
Because I
questions.
said I'll ask for a ride next time I go to the city, and then he's like, where do you live? And I was like, Jersey. And
No.
he was like, oh.
You just been out for a
I
week.
was-
You okay? And where were you?
Okay, like, please stop that.
You were just sick?
Like, let him get it out of hand.
You were sick for a long time. You were probably both sick, and I was like, oh man, I miss a lot.
How old is
I'm
this?
almost like 30.
Yeah.
Oh, he's so everything. No.
What? Shoot, this video is going
Why?
on YouTube.
Why would you tell them your address?
Wait, when did I?
There was an Uber, wasn't it?
I didn't know where you live.
No, but it was from.
Oh, somewhere that was it. I gotcha.
Please don't edit any of this out. I'm just
not.
I don't edit anything, man. It's just raw footage every time.
No, that was his side hustle.
What?
Yeah. Sorry, I don't want to pressure you.
John is like touching you for some reason.
He like gets like manufactured stuff for like
Look at
the
Gingy.
Anyway, it's good luck. St. Patrick's Day just passed.
Brian, go on, take a picture of yourself right now.
You got it, Ayla? I'm gonna move on. All right. So we're gonna do 8.6.
Is this the harder one?
This is the harder one.
No.
Brian, it's not that bad.
You're never gonna have one. I don't think I put one here, but you're not gonna have one where there's a negative in front, so you don't have to
Don't
worry.
get to your phone. Where my phone?
I'm sorry, what?
My sister returned the knocked down in the gym like half his foot.
Ooh.
I watched it
On my phone.
I was on Lillard
Mhm.
and he like tripped on the floor and bumped into someone.
Mhm.
He fell. He his mouth and I was like, what happened? What did you drop? I was like, it's only like glass.
Why call your aunt
He
home?
pops out. And like,
It sounded like break there. Huh?
Kid comes up to me. He's like,
I'm being recorded.
He's like,
Okay, so.
and then
why call your aunt home?
and then we were helping. It was like 10 of us trying to find
phone
someone.
bill. This kid goes
Mhm.
to aunt home.
Yeah.
So did you find her? Or no?
No. We did. It's my aunt.
Oh, that just hurts.
Oh
This
yeah,
one.
your aunt is really.
All right.
He was like, it doesn't hurt. No, like there's no blood. He was like, he goes, is it bad? That's not
It's
something-
even better.
All right.
I don't hang out with my.
All right. So number 7 over here. 2w squared plus 7w plus 3.
Do the same thing with the 7, like the.
So what we're going to do is the problem is we have something in front of the w, and the front the w squared. Over here, we never had something in front, so we were allowed to do it normally. So leads. So what we're going to Eli, what we're going to do is take the 2 and lend it over to the 3 over here. So you're always going to take that first value a and multiply it with the c value, which is b. So it's going to become w squared
Why do you combine those? Because that's not even a mutual.
I have.
7w plus 6.
No,
The reason we leads, the reason we combine it is because here we can't have a number in front, or it should be 1, I should say. In the previous leads,
Stop eating soup. Why do you always
Call me fat.
I never called anyone fat.
stop talking. So in the original ones, there was never anything in front of here, right?
Okay, why do this again here?
So over here, we want to do it where there's no number in front. Now,
How do we get rid of the number?
well, now we just do it normally. Notice how we're just going to do it again, the normal thing.
So now, basically, what you do is you have to find something that goes into
How do
6.
we get rid of the number?
We're lending it to the 3. We're going to have to pay it back later. Okay?
Backspace.
Yeah, so 6. So things that multiply to 6 that add to 7.
1 plus 7.
1 plus 6
I mean.
equals 7. I know you were thinking about. So we're going to rewrite this as w plus 6 and w plus 1. Now here's the issue though. In
Doesn't matter
this,
if you do 6 and 1, like the order, like.
no, it does not matter. The thing is, over here, I borrowed a 2.
I know.
What did we?
Oh my God,
We're going to have to divide to pay it back. So we borrowed a 2 by multiplying. So we're going to have to pay it back by dividing.
So wait, so it's like 3w plus 6, right?
So in this situation, let's talk about the first one. The first one is 6 divided by 2, which is a clean number,
4.
3. So it's going to be w plus 3. Nice and clean. The issue is the second number.
Yeah, that one's dirty.
Because it's nothing here,
No, 6
or you
divided by
can't
2 is
simplify it.
4.
So what we're going to do
Can I please say
is what?
it's 2w plus 1.
Wonderful. Because we cannot pay back the loan to the bank, you could think of it as the bank taking it back. So it's going to take the 2 and put it back in front. So the second parentheses is going to be 2w plus 1.
And that's your final?
That's your final answer. So remember, the difference in this situation, I kind of color coded in red. You're going to take the red,
Another one, please?
borrow, of course. We're going to take the 2, borrow it, and give it to the 3. And then we're going to have to put it back if it does not simplify. If it does not simplify. Let's do another one on this sheet. Let's do number 11. So it's 5a squared plus 13a minus 6 equals 0. Oh wait, it doesn't equal 0. My bad. It's just 6. So remember, we can't deal with it if there's a number in front. So we're gonna take the 5 and lend it over to the 6 again. We'll pay it back later. Number 11. It is a negative 6.
Video one, right?
This is
No.
a squared plus 13a minus 30.
Wait, what did you do? You added?
Multiply.
Oh, okay.
Wait, I'm so lost. No, stop.
Multiply,
I'm not
you got
lost,
it.
I'm not lost.
So now we're gonna find what multiplies to 30 that adds to 13.
Ooh, 7 and 6.
7 times 6 is not 30.
Was it negative 30?
Well, 7 times 5 is not 30.
6 and 5.
But that adds to 11, so no. No.
5 and 5.
5 and 6.
5 and 6 equals 11. 3 and 10, that does equal 13. But the issue is,
Negative 10, negative 3, negative 3.
the issue is, if I do negative 3, I have to do negative 10.
That turns into positive, so
Well,
you do negative 10.
No. If I do negative 3, now that's 10 plus negative 3, which is 7. That's not right either.
And 3.
10 and negative 3, or what are you saying?
10 minus 3.
10 and negative 3 is also 7. That's the same thing.
So how about
16.
negative 10?
Negative 10 and 3
I mean 17.
would be negative 7. So that's not it.
Oh.
17.
Trouble, I know it.
17 what?
No.
2.
17 times 2 does not equal 30.
I messed up.
You're almost there.
15 and 2.
15 and 2. Which one's negative?
Level.
Which one is negative?
Oh yeah, dude. 15.
No, 15.
No,
So-
dude, 2.
Negative 15 and 2
Minus 2.
would be negative 13. So that's not it exactly.
15 minus 2.
So 15 negative 2
That was all me.
equals 13. Okay?
All me, I should move on.
So,
Get out of here.
why you listen to him, man? Just
All me.
so now,
All me.
so it's going to be a plus 15 and a minus 2. Even though we had to do all that,
This is going a bit too fast, if I'm being honest.
Hi, Ethan.
we are going to now
Andy.
divide both of them by what we borrowed.
A plus 15.
So we're going to divide both of them by 5. Because I borrowed a
Is
5,
that an A or 4?
It's an
A.
Oh. So A plus
A with a head down.
You're just
And
trying.
so the first is
A
yeah.
minus 2.
So this is a plus 3. Because 15 divided by 5 is 3. This one, the problem is 5 does not go into 2. So I'm going to move it back to front. So 5a minus 2.
Okay, perfect.
Okay. It could also equal 0. It could also equal
Well, why would we
0.
want it to equal 0?
Well, it just makes a different question, so you gotta pay
No,
attention.
please, no. Could not put any of the hard ones on.
So this one, let's do number 17. 3n squared plus 13n plus 4 equals 0.
Oh my god.
Is this the last one?
Pretty much. Notice when you add the equal 0, it really doesn't change the question. It only changes right at the end where you got to do the split and
You know
solve.
what Scoville this is?
So what we're going to do
10,000.
Literally 2 Scoville.
is 3, bring it over to the 4.
I know, it's 2 million.
So n squared plus 13n
Sugar.
plus 12 equals 0.
10,000 is me.
So again,
Sweet.
12,000 that adds to 13, or sorry, 12 that adds to 13 is 1
Is this 7?
and 12. This is number 17. That adds to 13.
What?
So we're going to do n plus 1
Wait, whoa. This is going a little bit too
Plus
fast
n
for my
plus
brain.
n plus 12.
14.
So all the steps have been the same as the previous two. Notice how the equal sign 0 doesn't change anything. It only changes the end part.
I think I figured it out.
So we're going to divide both of them by what we borrowed, which is 3.
You're back.
Great. I missed you. Bye.
So the first one is 3n plus 1.
Wait, does that say what?
1.
Does it say greater? I mean less than?
That should be equal sign, my fault.
Oh, scared.
No, you don't understand how confused I just got.
Scared I got.
Her brain was like not reading.
And your brain never brain.
And then n plus 4. Now remember, because you have the equal 0, don't lose points on this. This is the easy part. It's split and solve. You already done the hard part. So n plus 4 equals 0. Subtract 4, subtract 4.
He wants good for us.
N equals negative 4. I answered that after the video. And then 3n plus 1
Why did
equals
you
0.
multiply that though? Aren't you supposed to add that? 3 plus 4.
Where?
My head hurts.
Wait, so now you do
In what color? The red, the green? What are you talking about? So minus 1, minus 1. 3n equals negative 1. Divided by 3, divided by 3. Your final answer is negative 1 over 3.
Wait, no, can I just have help for a minute?
I'll let you look at it.
Okay.
So notice you just got that last step, okay?
Oh, yeah, okay.
So why did you just let him go out?
Hmm?
Because he's a good kid.
Why do I slide and divide?
No, why?
What do you guys?
Why do you let them go out just like that?
It's their video that they're missing. I don't know why.
why?
It's not to their benefit. That's the best. That's the easiest way to solve these type of problems. There are other ways to solve it. This is easy. You're the first one to ever say. It was like, what are you, like a DJ? Freakus?
Brickiest.
Mm.
Like those just a brick.
Wait, no, I'm still not ready.
Leads, can I go to the next page?
No.
Get it down.
Can you give me 2 seconds?
No, I'm not rushing you. The video's already long enough. This video's already long enough.
Wait, no, why did you do that?
What part? You have
Why
to.
did you do the green? Why did you do that?
Oh, because it equals 0, I have to do the split and solve
Yeah,
at
no, I
that.
know that. I understand that.
Nope.
So this one was n plus 4 equals 0. Subtract 4 on both sides. And this one is 3n plus 1
No,
equals 0.
why did you do like the dividing thing?
I have to
No,
because.
why did you do like a minus
God,
negative
don't you
1
die?
divided by 2?
Oh, it shouldn't be n. A should be n, my fault.
No way.
No, like you gotta understand why is it over 3? Like I cannot.
Oh, I divided by 3 on both sides.
But why did you do that? Why couldn't you just do 3n?
It's not, it's 3. N has to be by itself, leads.
No, we've done it before. We just add
Get away from me.
and then just make it 3.
Away from me.
No, it should be negative 1 over 3. Because it's divided
Will you
by.
guys shut up? Honestly, it's annoying. Like, what's wrong with you?
Yeah, guys are irritating her.
No, I'm not taking
Guys, you're irritating me. Cut it out, please.
Can you please move it to like Monday,
Never.
Friday?
No.
Please.
We don't even have a class Friday.
Yeah, we do.
That's
Till
more
Monday.
sucker
Yeah, we
murder.
do.
No, it's the odds.
Yeah, we do.
Okay.
Nobody asked you.
So 8.7.
No. I actually.
So first one is called a difference of squares. Number 4. So the long way to do it is first you have to identify something. This number that's by itself is the C. This number by itself is the C. So ax squared plus bx plus c. C is always the number with no variable. So negative 1 here is no variable, so that must be c. The question though is, what am I adding to? Because there's no x to the 1 power, b in this case equals 0. Because there's negative 1 power, b in this case equals 0. Your flash is on, cut it off.
Oh, it is.
Cut it off.
So, with that in mind, it is going to be what multiplies to negative 1. What multiplies to negative 1 that adds to 0. And in this situation is negative 1 and 1. Negative 1 times 1 equals negative 1. And it equals 0. So it's going to be x minus 1, x plus 1. And that's it. something like number 9, it's going to be 16 n squared minus 25. In this one, I'm going to do the shortcut. The shortcut is I'm going to square root both of them. So I got to do the square root of 16, which is what times what gives you 16?
3 times 3.
That'll be 9.
4 times 4.
Gives you 16.
What are you calling stupid?
So 4n, stop talking to me.
She
Stop!
called me stupid.
Stop
You're
talking!
wrong. Cut it out, you.
So, it's 4n minus 5 and 4n plus 5.
It wasn't me talking.
That was a glitch in the system.
So 4n minus 5,
Switch going.
4n plus 5.
That's a toothpick. Okay, fine. Don't give me one.
Yeah, I'm not giving you one.
Fine.
So 4n
Stop
minus...
going to
Shh.
Okay.
4n minus 5
I can't.
and 4n plus 5. That's the answer because the square root of 25 is 5. This always, well, this for you guys, will always work when you notice you have 2 terms. There's only 2 numbers here. Everything else we done,
I'm done on board.
No.
I showed you the shortcut, but we done the long way before.
That was bored. No, I'm bored.
That's my calculator.
I missed Miss Buford's
Hmm?
class.
My calculator.
When?
You can use your calculator to get the square root.
Where have you been?
Do I just write
Nobody.
I'll pull up the calculator and I'll show you. Oh, I'm going to show you how to get all the factors in the calculator. Let's go to number 16, which is x squared plus 6x plus 9. So in this case, I need to multiply to 9.
9. I mean 3 times 3.
Yeah. That adds to 6. So 3 times 3 is correct.
I know. I'm just so smart.
So 3 and 3
Actually, really, this
gives
guy
me
and I
6.
got
Why are you
it.
talking to each other? Stop talking. So it's x plus 3,
Why do you
x
talk
plus
so
3.
much?
Now, because they're exactly the same, guys, you have to rewrite it like this. You're going to rewrite it as x plus 3 squared. So if you want full credit, you have to rewrite it like that. Because they're both exactly the same. The other one was plus and minus 1, so they're not exactly the same. If you need to do a square root, you click second, and then from 7 you go up and left to x squared. So if I want the x square root of 25, that should give me 5. And if you ever have a problem like this, you're not going to necessarily get a number this big. But let's say you want the factors of 196. I'll make up one. X squared plus 53x plus 196. Let's say you have this crazy one right here. So if I want to figure out what multiplies to 196, what I can do is go to y equals, type the number you want to look at, in this case 196, and you're going to divide it by the x value. To put the x variable, you're going to go from the second button, down 1, right 1, where there's an x right here. So it's going to be 196 divided by x. Now I could graph that, but it makes these curves. That's not really useful. So what I really want is the table. So I'm going to click second, and you can see in the blue words above graph is table. Now, what does this table tell me? Well, I can look at the numbers, like 1 and 196 is things that multiply to 196. 2 and 98. If you get a decimal, that's not going to be one of your answers, so you can automatically know that's not the right thing I'm looking for. 4 and 49. But wait a second. I want to add to 53. That means, looking at the calculator,
49 times 4.
good, it should be 49 times 4, so 186. 4 times 49.
Oh my God, I wish I had
So
a
x
phone.
plus 4,
Jealous.
x plus 49.
You're solving for X.
Yeah, you just, well, in this case, you're just simplifying.
Mr.
You
Tolkien,
solve
I
when
don't
it's
know
equal
if
sign.
he's math.
All right, I'm going to stop the recording.
Bye.